All right, here we go. Now he coming. We gonna get him in right now. Here we go. What up, Cuzzo? See you in the joint. Here we go. The man, the myth. Technical
What up?
issues
What
out
up?
there. What up, my dude? Thank you for being on the show for now and then. What's up with you, man? What's good?
Everything good, man. Can't complain. You know what I mean? Just out here chilling.
Where you at? You on the East Coast, right? You in New York?
Yeah, I'm in New York.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna take this back. Me and Punch, we met. We met when I was like 16, 17. When I was working
Yeah.
on the Lower East Side at the barbershop, C and Third. Peace
Yep.
out to my man Mike. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and I definitely want to dedicate this show to our homegirl Tamika. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah.
definitely
What
give
up?
her a shout out. You know what I'm saying? That's the homie. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait to party with her when the whole coronavirus shit is up.
I know,
So
right?
so tell me, like, first of all, you got some new joints out, some fire joints. All right. I want to start
Some
off
stuff
with
in the
them
works.
joints. Yeah. So you had a video out for a joint called Slick Talkers. Tell me about that.
All right, this is the funny thing about that. So, Slick Talkers actually came out maybe 5 years ago, and
For
I just
real?
happened to just repost it on the gram, and it took like I had a great response after I posted it. So I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I told a few
Really?
people, I'm like, yo, this is old. I'm like, this ain't new. But I was like, yo, whatever. I get it sometimes. People don't catch it the first time, and they hit them later. So, but Slick
Right.
Talkers is a song I did for some compilation for a producer overseas.
Got
So
you.
what happened was I was in the group EMC, and they being that we parted ways, he's like, I still want you on the project. So I was like, all right, no doubt. So I did a solo joint, and that was the joint right there.
That shit is fire, yo. That shit is fire. And I was gonna ask you that. You one of the standouts from the underground. You know what I'm saying? Like you really put in your work. You was at all those places, Dead Poet Society, all of them places. You know what I'm saying? New
Yeah,
Eurekas Cafe. You was there.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Muse, all of them places, and really putting the groundwork in. It's not like it, and I want the kids to understand this. It's not like it is today, where anybody could just grab a phone and you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
so
yeah,
first of all, I want to go back, right, to the beginning, right?
yeah.
Um, First, when did you fall in love with hip hop? What was that thing that had you like, yo, this is what I want to do?
First time I might have said, it was probably one of two things. I remember that my mother introduced me to rap like right. For all those from the Lower East Side, there used to be a record store called Bates. It would actually play
Yes.
the record for you right there in the store. So all the DJs, they used to go there. They know what that's about. So they play Rapper's Delight in the store. And she was like, yeah, this is the new thing in the club. So I'm like, I'm a little kid. So, I was like, all right, yeah, it's cool. Then the video came on Hot Tracks.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, okay, all right, it was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And then my brother also rhymed. So I used to copy his rhymes, say his rhymes like they were mine and whatnot. So that's kind of around the time I kind of fell in love with it because he did a lot of battle rapping.
Right. So, did you get with Wordsworth? Like, was that the first group you was in, or were you in another group? Did you start off solo? How'd your career start off?
I started off in a different group. There's a dude that lived in my building by the name of Charlie. We called him G Smooth. Well, that's the name he went by or whatnot. He lived like a floor above me. And, we went to school, went to the same junior high and all that. And, he would make these little, the pause, record beat things they used to do, produce. So he
Yes.
used to do them joints and we would just be freestyling over them and stuff like that. And then he hooked me up with some dudes that had money and brought us to a studio. And then me and him started recording joints together.
Gotcha. What was the name of that group?
Oh, Uprising. Don't ask
Uprising.
me why. Don't even ask me why. Uprising. That was the group.
So, how did you get to meet Words? How did that whole thing come together with you and Words?
Okay, with the Uprising thing, all right, there was another member in the group. His name was Sono. So Sono went to school with Words at Norman Thomas High School. And around the time G Smooth left the group, because the group started, we would travel to Brooklyn and stuff. And, you know, my man was a around the way dude. He really wasn't trying to venture off in neighborhoods that he didn't know like that. And being from the
Right.
Lower East Side, it's like going to Brooklyn. It was like a big deal, right? Like, whoa, I ain't doing that. But, you know, we went anyway. So I was like, yo, I want another member to fill his spot. So Sono put Word's name in the mix, and he brought us around us. And he rhymed, and he's like, yo, he dope. So he just got down like that.
That's dope. And see, I really wanted to touch on something you said when you said your homeboy didn't want to go to Brooklyn. Back then, that's how it was. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was a Brooklyn barber coming to the Lower East Side, and you know, if it wasn't for the right people showing me love, I
Mm-hmm.
really wouldn't have been over there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
big shout out to the Lower East Side. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to all of them cats down there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the OGs out there.
You
Because,
have
yo,
to
they
know
really
somebody.
embrace
Be
you.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Lower East Side was like, you either real or, you know what I'm saying? You got to get up
Yeah.
out of here. So that's what I always loved about it. Around that time, there was a lot of negativity, drug dealing going on. And, you know, Lower East Side was one of them sides that had they thing together with it as far as it being organized. And, you know, we knew a lot of dudes from being around the shop that was getting into that kind of life.
Yeah.
Now, you knew all the right people, you was cool. What made you choose not to go that route, which was so much easier? Because remember, they was getting salaries on Fridays and taking the grind out route and really saying like, nah, I'm a rhyme. Like this is what I'm gonna do.
Right. Well, for me, a few things. I had a strict grandfather. My grandfather was super strict. He was on my ass. I had curfews. If I missed the curfew, it was an ass whooping and all that. And, you know, my grandfather wasn't the dude you played with. You know what I mean? He was dead serious. So that would be the number one reason why. And then two, at the time, I didn't understand the street game like that. I didn't know about that. I saw my brother try it and whatnot. And I just knew I got a lot of attention from girls by rhyming or just being on stage in
Got
the talent show. So, you know, the chicks was kind of the influence right there. And that's kind of how I went with the rhyming.
got you. All right, cool. So now you and Words are together. How are y'all attacking this industry? What's y'all plan? First of all, what's y'all plan in mind? Like, yo, we gonna be the dopest group. We gonna sign to the biggest label. Was that your initial plan, or was it like, nah, we just gonna be dope rappers and stay this underground?
Yes and no. It's kind of weird. It was like, because even with the uprising thing, and then that kind of fell apart, and it just became me and Word separately. But our love for the music always had us around each other. And it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't until the Track Masters was like, yo, y'all should just be a group. So we produced in two separate dudes. Y'all kind of like, yo, together all the time. So, yo, y'all should just be a group. And then that's how Punch and Words happened. And we just
That's
started
dope.
doing stuff all the time.
That's dope. So tell me about the grind, because my man Mr. Live, he know you very well, and it's bug because I knew my man Mr. Live from like when that was the first person I ever battled when I rhymed. I was like
Okay.
12 years old, something like that. He tore
Mm-hmm.
my ass up. He tore my ass up on that
Oh,
on Murder Avenue. Yeah, kid.
Mr.
I was
Love,
a
what
little
up?
dude, but yeah, I wasn't prepared for what he had. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But he spoke highly of you, and he's somebody that's based on real lyricism. Do you ever feel underappreciated by the industry when
Um,
you look back at your body of work and you look at the grind that you put in and you compare even what you're doing now to even stuff you did back then and you compare it to now, you like, these dudes can't hold a flame to me. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes I feel like I'm a little ahead of my time, which is a good thing for artists. That means your music or whatever you created kind of will stand the test of time or be around longer than it should be, right? It wasn't the
Right.
hot thing for the moment, right? So
Right.
that's the cool thing about it. But it's like I don't know. It's just like one of those weird things. I was just like I just like to create and do my thing.
Right. Now that's dope. That's dope. Now, because I was asking you, because I mean, you put in a lot of work. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? On the underground scene, you put in a lot of work. You don't really see that type of work ethic nowadays. You know, nowadays it's like, I mean, look, we can't even get a real album out of dudes. It's like 7 songs,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Hey, thank you."
And I put people that so fast to just throw stuff out. Back then, we
Right.
kind of like we made sure the stuff was right before we threw it out. And I feel like everybody's learning in front of one another, and that's the final product.
Right. Right. And then you know, y'all was putting out stuff on Fat Beats and stuff like that. So what made y'all not go to like a super major? Because y'all could have did that. You know, like y'all had
Right.
the Lyricist Lounge show. Y'all was already popping. Y'all
Mhm.
was like y'all were those dudes. I'm being honest. Like when
Right.
people used to talk about, you know, as far as who was in the Lyricist Lounge camp, they brought up, of course, you know, Mos Def. You know what I'm saying? Talib, but y'all were always in the conversation. No
That's
matter who
crazy.
nobody liked, y'all were always in the conversation. I
That's
was like,
crazy.
damn, these dudes is. And then we, you know, we toured together. We toured
Mhm. Oh
together
yeah,
many a
we did
time.
the Lyricist Lounge tour.
Y'all stage show is dope. Y'all just, you know what I'm saying? So that's
Lego,
why I
thanks.
always think back, like, damn, man, like that was a show. That's when shit was dope. You know, that's why I asked you, do you ever feel under? Because I knew how much you used to put into a show. I know how much you know, when you go into the studio, you care. You know what I mean?
At the time, I might have felt more underappreciated being younger with that mind state, but now I feel more like, that hidden gem. You got to really dig to find the dope shit. Everything ain't gonna flash in front of your face. So we that thing
Right.
that, yo, y'all niggas ain't up on this though. You know what I mean? Like those fly kicks that they ain't in every store, but they over here. If you want them, you gotta go over there to get it. It's hot
Exactly.
over there. That's how I felt, and that's how I
Exactly.
feel now with it.
So what how did you get to join, how did you and Words get to join EMC? How did that come together?
Okay, the EMC came so after we did the Punch and Words EP, and our the executive and our DJ at the time who helped us put out the project, my man DJ JF, he presented it to Ace, because him and Ace developed a relationship, and he played him the EP. He liked it, and he asked us to come on tour and be the opening act. So that led into us doing a tour for the Disposable Arts. We did 2 songs on this solo album, Disposable Arts album. And I guess the fans just got used to seeing us together. One thing led to another. They was talking about doing a group project, and I was like, "All right, I'm down." It was whatever. It's what we was doing at the time, so it was nothing.
Okay, that's cool. Oh, that's dope. Um, you know, do you like being on the road more, or would you rather it be the way society got it kind of set up now, where you could just do stuff in the crib? Because remember how the scene was, like we used to be
Yeah.
all over the place, and
Hmm.
then go hit a studio after the club, go hit a studio or something. You know what I mean? You know, it's just
Yeah.
the hustle is different now. So do you like it better then, or do you like it better now?
At the time then, I loved it then. Yeah, I would have to say I loved it then. Now I'm older, so I don't mind. I stay in the crib, send you the verse through the email, bro. Just cash at me. We good, you know what I mean? But back then, I liked to running around more and whatnot because I hate being in one spot.
Right. So, yo, man, what we got to look forward to you know, from you in the future? What you got coming out?
Actually working on a few projects at the moment. Been writing, working with this producer by the name of Confidence. He's out of Massachusetts, so we are working on an album right now. So I got 2 joints in with him. There's another producer from my neighborhood, Lower East Side, by the name of William Bostic. He's real dope, man. He's like a hidden gem as well. He got some joints. I met him through my man Nick the Exotic, so he connected us, and we're working on a project as well.
Cool. And I also see you got some CMOS popping. Tell me about that CMOS.
Oh yeah, well, I'm trying to get on my health there, you know what I mean? Being a little older now. So, I've been up on the Dr. Sebi thing for a little minute and whatnot. So learning that, and then person that I'm dating also told me about the CMOS thing, and then that's how we got onto it. And then I kind of looked it up and the whole benefits of it, and then, I added it into my regimen, and it just helped me out so much.
So, like, what is it like? Does it taste good? Is it nasty? Like,
It shouldn't taste like nothing. It'll smell like it's almost like seawater, but not really, right? If it tastes like
right.
that, then somebody didn't make it right. Shouldn't taste like anything and whatnot, but
Okay.
it might have that smell, even though it won't taste like it. But it has 92 minerals in it, and your body is made of 102 minerals.
Got you.
So you're not gonna get all that from regular food that you eat.
Right.
So that's
So let
kind
me
of
ask you
what's gonna
something.
help you.
In your career, what would you say was the highlight of your career? What do you think that had you
I
like,
got
yo, that
several.
was dope?
I got several because there's the other side to me and Words that people really don't know. One, I'll probably have to say, doing the music with Joe Pesci.
Okay.
Definitely. We wrote a song called Wise Guys, and it came out on Columbia Records, and we got paid to do that. That would be one. The song I did with Razzcazz on the Kid Capri soundtrack to the Streets album called One on One. It was just me and Razzcazz on the joint. And the Tribe Called Quest joint we did as well on the Love Movement album, Rock Rock Y'all. Got a gold plaque for that one. So.
Got you. So I'm saying,
and got nominated for a Grammy, so can't be mad at that.
So it didn't get you hyped that you was on TV, like out of nowhere, like just from the Lower East Side, and now you on TV? I really thought you were gonna say that.
For me, the TV thing was more a words thing for me, because I did a lot of writing, and I was more like in the background scenes on certain stuff. I never had like the upfront camera shot.
But
so
technically,
he asked me to come out to the West. We had a couple shows with the Lounge. I did the shows. He asked me to stay. He said, yo, stay. I'll get you on. I was like, all right. So they got me on as a writer, but never really got the full speaking and talking parts on any of the shows. But I was always in the background or doing some extra work. And people noticed and see me on it. But some of the sketches I helped write. So, it all kind of played out and worked out great. And then the second season.
Yeah, but because you made it there, you were writing on a show, you was there, like that's. I really thought you was gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? I really thought you was gonna say, because I know for me,
that's probably why, because I never looked at it like that.
Yeah, because like for me, I'm gonna be honest, like out of all of the great stuff that I did cutting hair on the Lower East Side, no matter what else I did in my career, I think the dopest thing I ever did was when I came out here the first time and did Higher Learning with Omar Epps.
Okay.
That was crazy. Like all the rest of the movies and TV shows I did, I was like, all right, cool. I don't know what it was, but that specific trip had me like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you get that yeah moment. Now I'm bringing that up because, yo, man, you got a dope career, man. I don't want you to ever downplay your accomplishments. Yo, brother, you dope. You gave a lot to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You still want more. You know what I mean? Keep pushing them albums out, because, I be trying to tell the real lyricists, y'all got an audience that want to hear that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's an audience out there that want to hear real lyrics. And I'm not disrespecting nobody else, but certain stuff just ain't my music. You know what I'm saying? It's just not my music. And I like to get into a new zone, but I want to hear something new in that same zone. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's why I listen to the joint that you put out. Then you got Veins. You know what I'm saying? So I be listening to stuff like that, like just sit back. You know what I'm saying? Yo, keep putting them joints out. You know what I mean? I think that's important. Yo, you didn't even say working with Q-Tip was like wow to you. That's what I'm saying. Like
I said Tribe Called Quest, so for me that's what I mean by working with Tip, of course. Like for me, that's a big moment to be a part of that legacy and that franchise. You know what I mean? Like we grew up listening to Tribe, like, Love Movement, Low End Theory. Those are like classic albums. And then to be a part of that was like dope. It was a weird time because they was beefing, you know what I mean? So it was kind of like we walked into it. It was really bad at that time. And, we came in with the whole like, yo, Tribe. And then like, what you mean? Tip beefing with Phife. And it was just a whole bunch of weirdness going on. But, he was trying to start this new Uma family with me, Words, another female rapper by the name of Jane Doe, Mos Def, Slum Village, and Consequence. And he called it the Uma family. That was supposed to have been the whole clip. And that's what led me and Words to get on the Black Star album for Twice in a Lifetime. Most of them wanted us on there, being that we was a part of that. So just kind of bringing everything all together.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you on classic. That's what I'm saying. Like, you talk about some of the albums you was on, the most classic albums. Drop some.
Most definitely Talib Kweli, Black Star. Tribe Called Quest, definitely Love Movement. Let's see, damn, there's a few. I know I'm gonna miss something. Master Ace, Disposable Arts, Master Ace, The Long Hot Summer, EMC, The Show. Some people label that to be a classic album, and I won't debate that. I'll let them have that one. What's another one? I know I'm probably missing something else. something I'm missing. I know something I'm overlooking. And outside of that, I'll probably say a bunch of classic moments and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Everybody that probably seen the freestyle with me, 50 Cent, Noriega, Consequence. This is all over YouTube. I still get hit up a lot about that all the time. Also being a part of 50 Cent album. I have to say that. The Power of the Dollar. So if you listen to that, me and
yeah, see, I just wanted you to run down a little bit of your resume. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a little something,
run down a little bit of your resume. You got a lot of history, you know. So where you see your music in like another 5 years or so?
Another 5 years from now, I'll probably say I'll still be doing it more on the love end of it, not so much more for the money. You know what I mean? At this point, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So for me, I just probably just, you know, whoever's willing to work and collab with, I definitely want to work with any and everybody, as long as it sounds dope. You know what I mean? I don't do that. I don't mess with the young cats. I don't mess with the young cats if it's dope. You know what I mean? There's some dumb young cats that I rock with it and listen to now. So I'm like, yeah, I can rock with that. I like what's his name? YBN Cordae, even though he ain't with YBN no more. I think that Cordae kid is dope. He can spit. You know what I mean? Definitely J. Cole. I get hit up by a few people on Twitter that I didn't know were Punch and Words fans. And they'll hit me like, yo, this is Punch from Punch and Words. I'm like, yeah. They're like, yo, I grew up listening to you dudes. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I'm listening to you now. So you know what I mean? Like, yo, do your thing. So they're like, oh, we collab. I'm
like when people grow up on you, yo, big shout out to my man Sir Abu up in the joint. Shout out to Sir Abu. Holy Wars, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yo, man, look, we've been peoples for a mad long time. You know, love you to death, man, like a brother. Like I said, we done did tours, we done had mad fun, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As kids, grown men, you know. I had words on the show, you know, and when he spoke about y'all time, and just like when you spoke about y'all time, y'all get like this glow about yourself, being real. You know what I'm saying? It's like this thing where it's like, yo, and like, you know, some of his most exciting times basically in his career was with you. Some of your exciting times, it happened to be with him. You know what I mean? Look, it's not important what happens. I don't think that's nobody's business. You know, whatever happened after EMC and, you know, y'all haven't spoken. But when he was on here, he said that, you know, he'd be willing, you know, to kick it with you, you know what I'm saying, to talk. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, me personally as a fan, I'd love to hear another Punch and Words album. I'd love to. And two, but on the real, if we don't get the album just as y'all people, somebody that knew y'all for 20 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we got people dropping like flies, you know what I'm saying? And we still here, you know what I'm saying? Like, time is here, you know what I'm saying? So, would you be willing to sit down and just talk to him?
Real quick, the producer of the Punch and Words EP is on here. My man Kurt Gowdy, Gowdy BK. He's like, yeah, we're gonna make that happen. I promise. I'll leave it if that man can glue it together. I'll leave it to him. I'm always down. I don't have an issue with Son. Like, I don't have an issue with him. My issue is with Ace. My issue was never with Words, but it went how it went, right? So one thing is, I've reached out recently because the Punch and Words EP has never been available for streaming. So the owner of the EP tried to make us add some new ones to it and kind of making it more of an anniversary pack. The feedback I got was Son didn't want to mess with it. So I don't know where that falls and lies. That's on that man. Business is business. If we want to do some joints, we can do some joints. Want to chop it up on the phone, we can do something. Like, I don't have an issue with nothing. Like, at the end of the day, being friends and not being, it's not going to make me any money beefing with him. So that's the point.
Yeah, exactly, man. So, you know, hopefully one day, you know what I'm saying? Y'all two could just talk and kick it and, you know, fuck all the business and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then we could get that album, you know what I'm saying? And you know, your man could produce that. Yo, man, we got to work on this, son. You know what I'm saying? We got to work on getting these two on an album together, you know? You know, we got to do that. So, first of all, your little man. Oh, and look, my little homegirl is up in here. Yo, homegirl is nasty. Zaya. Fire. Watch out for her, yo. Watch out for her.
Keep an eye out for her.
A 10-year-old beast. Yo, listen. She's beasting. She got it.
Word.
Watch. Mark my words on it. I bet you
Okay.
she gonna be like Shantae, smoking people, grown men at 15. Watch, yo. But yo, no, she's not. She only like 10. But when she get 15, oh, she's 9. Oh, even worse. Oh.
Okay.
Yo.
That's the young passion right there. She got the passion for it.
She got it. She got it, man. So, yo, do me a favor before we leave. Top 5 dead or alive.
Rappers? For me, top 5, I'm going to have to throw Busta Rhymes in the mix. And the reason, there's no particular order. I'm just throwing 5. So I don't want nobody shooting me down for my 5. The reason why I say Busta, because to me, he's a one of one. He's been around so long, nobody's been able to copy his style. You always hear Jay-Z sounded like, Nas sounded like, but it's hard to do Busta B. And he comes with the hip-hop. So Busta would be 1. Nas would be 2. KRS-One is 3. 4 is G-Rap. And 5 is Big Daddy Kane.
Nice list. That's a powerful list.
Yeah.
Now, is there anybody that you wanted to work with that you haven't gotten to work with yet?
Oh, yes. Number 1 on my list would be Redman. Definitely. And funny, he put something up on his IG. I responded. He DM'd me back. He was looking, wanted to get paid for it. So I was like, I got to holler at him at another time, not right now.
Right.
Redman would be 1. Keith Murray was 1 I was trying to, but he had a lot going on at the time. So I didn't get him in the studio. I would have to say more on the producer side on this next one is Knots. If anybody can reconnect me with Knots, the producer, he got heat. Knots is definitely one that I definitely want to work with as well.
I met Knots.
Oh, I mean, some of the new cats, I fuck with Big Sean. I like him. Rhyme-wise, I think he slept on. You know what I mean? He gets busy a lot.
That surprised me. I
like him on the rhymes. I like him with the rhymes.
I didn't expect to see Big Sean. All right.
Yeah, he got joints. I mean, I like his albums as much. You know what I mean? I'll be honest. The albums be cool, but it don't really relate to me. It relates to a different, different time. But rhyme-wise, if you listen to what he's saying, he can write.
Got you.
And the regulars, J. Cole. You know what I mean? I had opportunity to work with Nas before. I worked with 50 in the past. This joint circling around on YouTube with me words of 50. There's like 2 joints out that they could probably find online. And that's probably about it. The rest I take it as it comes. Awesome.
And lastly, before we close out, all right, if we can't get a joint, with with you and Words again, think we can get a joint with you and your son? Cause he looked like he ready, man. He looked like
if he's ready, yeah, definitely. And I'm gonna have to bust his ass on that one too. This ain't gonna be no easy ass whooping. You earn this one. But definitely, yeah.
Anything you want to say, anybody? Anything you want to say? Anybody you want to give a shout out to? Or anything?
To this point, any and everybody that supported music that's been put out thus far, on my behalf and my groups and everything that I've been a part of. Thank you for the support. Also, thank you to you for even doing this interview with me right here. You know what I mean? My boys, my man Ernest, Kareem, my man Little Kareem, we call Sono, my man Kirk Gowdy on here, my man JF, that's always been in my corner supporting. And that's about it right there at the top of the head.
All right, my G. So look, man, look for a call from me, man. For real, I'm gonna do everything I can. You know what I'm saying? Me and your man, we're gonna do everything we can to make this album happen. I'm being greedy as a fan, damn right. I want to be blasting the motherfucking Pumpkin Words.
It don't take nothing but a minute. See the mic ready. The mic here.
Yo, you prepared. He like, yo, I turned around right there.
Baby knocked the joint out. He worked fast. I worked fast.
And yo, look, last time I seen you, you was on tour and you came here to my crib. You know what I'm saying? We had a little impromptu barbecue. Yo, soon as this joint clear up, you're welcome out here to my crib anytime, man. We have a second round. Sure. All right? Yeah. Thanks for being on the show. Peace, my G.
Right, man. Peace.